how human these two actually are. Humans don't survive this. But then you rewind again. Why the fuck did they decide to unhook this venting tower thing and crash it into a building? Think about it. They could have gone around the other rooftops. They could have hidden behind this vent and surprise attacked the widow. They could even use a vial on her and rescue her from her terrible fate. They could have done many things that don't involve them essentially killing themselves by creating a stationary point-blank target for this woman to make use of while pushing this thing into civilian apartment buildings, endangering everyone involved. Like, this is exceptional. They endanger themselves in order to endanger the public and reach an exit that isn't actually there. Were they planning on going headfirst through a window and down a staircase? Fucking hell, when can we get intelligent female action heroes again? Wait, hang on. Why is this huge tower that's weighty enough to crash into a building held together with one removable latch? There's not even a padlock. There's no security throughout the entire tower except the top.
What I find funny is like that this thing got pushed over by taking out a little pin and just pushing it in the middle of a massive city.
If you look at those connectors, it looks like you'd have to disconnect all of them.
No.
No. Any regulation wouldn't allow it so that this enormous fucking pole that can blast into a building if it falls over is held by one little latch. Imagine it was built with any kind of reasonable regulation. They'd be sitting there like a couple of fucking bobbleheads trying to convince this Black Widow not to kill herself while trying to kill them. So, yet another incredible adventure into the insane mind of style without substance. Without the style, leading us to Natasha trying to make contact and reach some level of truce with the widow who just tried to kill her thanks to mind control. Makes you wonder what Natasha is thinking, but hey, it's the good protagonist thing to do, I guess. Unfortunately, Dreykov activates the termination switch on her and she's forced to kill herself. Presumably, this is what the chip in the leg does. Think of the mind control as the thing that lets them control you, and the chip allows them to do it at a distance. Meaning, if you aren't mind controlled, the chip can't do shit, which seems like a design oversight, does it not? If they can't execute themselves, which is very possible if they defect or they're captured and restrained, would you not want a device that on command leaks cyanide into their bloodstream or detonates? What do you do if they break both of their arms? Just hope they can hobble to a cliff? Imagine it was a detonation. You activate that the moment they are compromised and you're golden. In fact, had there been a significant sci-fi explosive device attached to this Black Widow, one that could erase most of her tech along with her, both our heroines could be dead. Well, if we're being honest, Yelena would be dead from the moment she was hit with the fluke juice because Dreykov would have detonated her immediately, not only to rid himself of a corrupted widow, but to destroy the vials that compromise the widows as well, meaning he can't have the detonation devices or anything to secure the death of a widow because our story wouldn't work otherwise.
Oh my god, it's all so depressing.
Dreykov can't even have the devices be lodged in any deep or secure portion of the body like the skull, the neck, or the spine because Yelena has to be able to take it out herself on the spot. Ain't it great when your horrible writing forces you to make other horribly stupid writing decisions? Wonderful. I would argue all of this is made even worse by the fact that had Dreykov simply been a few seconds late, this widow would have killed Natasha, which only raises the question of why the fuck didn't he just allow that to happen? These people have clearly been sent for the kill, and this was a perfect opportunity. Though it is worth pointing out the effort Yelena puts in here to get a vial to this wayward widow. As she is bleeding out with a broken leg, still hell-bent on killing them, Yelena approaches her with the interest of using a vial. As luck would have it, she's too late, because it would have been boring and complicated to have another character, but this confirms the motive to actually follow through on what the first...
Black history is a continuum. It's who you were, who we are, and who we will be. Yep.
This would have right here as Natasha brings her down, like I mentioned before, but what else would be great? Tossing one stuck to a flashbang into this stairwell. That's a 2-for-1 right there. Oh, she threw a grenade. Okay, those were hard though. She could have been shot for goodness sake, and a grenade is easier to throw, probably. It's not like she's dismantled and brought several widows down to the ground ready for vials to be released into them directly. So these vials, if they only hit one person, it would freeze that person reason of the mind control and allow them to join your team, as they would likely be sympathetic in attempting to release the other widows. At the same time, it takes someone away from Dracov's widow army and Chipset's overall control while removing one of the people trying to kill you. At the kicker, you have like 15 vials. Had this been written by someone who doesn't eat paste, and had they implemented the idea of widows using tactical gear on approach, that would have given you reason to think they prepared for the vials, and that trying to apply the vials is far too dangerous. One small solution cancelling out two holes while making your elite fighting force come across as a lot more intimidating. Instead, we sit here wondering why Yelena and Natasha aren't rescuing these women. Not only is it the most practical choice, the most intelligent choice, and the most moral choice, it's the only choice that matches both of what your characters value. But these two are some of the most witless, selfish, foul cunts to ever grace this earth. You didn't use a single vial to save any of the people who are suffering since the child was the exact same fate Yelena was forced to endure until just 2 days ago. You've not even had a conversation about it when the explicit purpose of those vials was to rescue people from this horrifying experience. Yelena was released during a fight to the death, for fuck's sake. Your job, in full, is to pop a canister in the vicinity of any of these people and watch as they fight with you to provide more and more of these women freedom. Yet you let them sit in subjugation, launching themselves off rooftops trying to kill you, only to then execute themselves. Stellar job, both of you. I really hope these are the only instances of absolute immoral bullshit in this story. It would suck if there was more. Anyway, this scene goes on for quite a bit. They essentially mope while approximately 10 other Black Widows are converging on them after having easily spotted them and kept up. But I guess we don't worry about that because this is a moment. So we get to Yelena's bike, and honestly, I'm glad we can finally calm down from all that stupid shit. An APC. They have an APC. It's literally fucking tearing buildings apart, smashing cars away in an attempt to...
Superman. Mr. Freeze. Fighters approaching Brainiac's ship.
This was the east side of the apartment building. There were people outside it on the ground floor. Where the fuck did they go? Why not send someone on foot? How did someone
Begin.
on foot before the exit? Why send the fucking...
You know how this ends.
What's up, bro?
Regardless, fucking hell. If we can rewind
Mr. Freeze wins.
over the gap and onto the preceding road to immediately get up and continue their journey by stealing a car as if nothing happened. Look at this. The fuck are you two made of? The Black Widow was right behind them, by the way, and they don't seem to catch up because a train happened to get in front. Or, well, they do, but both Natasha and Renee
Begin.
started driving.
boy Canadian, we made you a moderator again.
It would just rip the door off.
It's cool.
The layers of stupid.
Of course, it dealt significant damage to it, but it is fine. Nobody gives a shit. At least this scene is finally over.
Oh, it's not letting me.
Oh my god, surprise birthday ABC again. Man, I used to think we put past the authorities. Anyway, I think this will cause zero issues for the APC and every Black Widow in the area. Nobody has smartphones. And look, the driver is still alive. You can hold my breath, I won't make you wait. Just let you appreciate it.
You're mine for the taking. My eyes on the shade. You're mine for the
You died from whiplash, the crumpled car digging into your legs and head shook from internal bleeding. Just about every other thing in that moment. Neither of you cared or significant. Now, should you be attempting it, just
Fuck out of here. Let's go. Oh shit! Oh shit! Wow. Let's go.
Change your appearance. And if you're gonna be attached to me, you're going blonde too.
Why the fuck does Daffy Duck have a stronger grasp on espionage than Black fucking Widow? And maybe you're thinking this is ridiculous. How could they possibly be joking around while being hunted to death by an army of Black Widows after reuniting over their shared history of torture, indoctrination, and mind control after having been torn from each other at an early age? Especially when the joke is that she's watched her on TV to find this out, keeping an eye on her despite having been ditched. Not to mention knowing all of that but not knowing that she's currently wanted, which would change the plot entirely. Why do we get this aborted mix of tones that cripple each side? Well, because it's Marvel and they literally have joke mandates, fucking joke ratio requirements. I hope it was worth it.
This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair, and you do like a fighting pose. Such a That's disgusting.
Now let's switch back because Yelena has missed a social cue while also being a person who was mind controlled for decades yet loves to banter, whatever, something like that. Making food, pain, and suffering. Dumb fuck. How about saving your sister? How about saving one of the Black Widows? How about finding and destroying the Red Room? This short but useful list might just make up for all that pain and suffering. Actually, why is it not
Dracov's dead. I killed him.
So, Black Widow believes the Red Room is gone because Dreykov is dead. She has nothing else to go on, as though killing the Emperor gets rid of the Death Star. You absolute fucking suck. Somehow Dreykov managed to convince the
Oh! Fuck you. Fuck you, man.
Shows us that he is strong.
Bro, it lags, son. Wow.
Guards are not present until they magically appear
Fuck,
and have
man.
guns. Black Widow then drops down
GG.
and begins to beat up the guards. The guards then fire on the helicopter en masse, including a minigun. Yelena puts the helicopter on auto and fires an RPG back. The minigun is destroyed, but an avalanche begins.
It lagged too.
Begin to flee inside. Natasha swings around on the helicopter to pick up Alexei, and they escape. What in the Teletubby fuck? Let's rewind this and talk about how much this film's enjoyment factor is built on the premise that your intellectual fortitude has crusted over, akin to that of a dead muffin. Natasha and Yelena looked like they were arriving at the prison regardless of whether leadership of the gods, which he clearly does. Or what if he was asleep and the entire plan fails? If any of these perfectly reasonable scenarios plays out, we got the lucky timeline where everything works out for the best. And so, moving on, how do they have the resources to hack into a maximum security prison? You fuckers are on the run with no one to support you outside of the vehicle.
Mr. Freeze.
To provide you a normal helicopter. How in the world does he have the resources to simply hack any
Harley
prison
Quinn.
system? How isn't the opening of these
Fighters approaching Gorilla City.
by the very guards surrounding each of them? How isn't the destruction of this booth and the potential deaths of these two guards not setting off alarms or being noticed by literally anyone? If any of these
Begin.
guards have a stun gun, Alexei is dead. How is the
You're unprepared for winter.
It's only after some time that they even give him instruction.
We ain't done playing yet.
Mr. Freeze wins.
Because they are members of law enforcement, then you aren't mature enough to watch Postman fucking Pat. Thanks to these foul bins, everyone in prison's about to have the worst few days of their lives. All because Yelena thinks Alexei won't know where the Red Room is. As they